And our first story today is Toyota has announced a few different concepts. The first one being the IMV0, which is kind of a electric pickup truck that's heavily customizable. So it kind of has just a basic flatbed in the back, and you can add anything from making it an ambulance to a food truck, anything you kind of think of.
This is fantastic. I love all the render images they showed off for this, and I think that, with the kind of the dawn of the electric car, you could say, I think that having modular cars is going to be the next real step, and I really love this concept.
And the next concept that Toyota has unveiled is called the EPU, which stands for electric pickup. And it's a little bit smaller than the current Tacoma and kind of more of a competitor to the Ford Maverick.
Yeah, which I don't think there's a whole lot of competition in that small pickup space or that small to mid-sized pickup space. I think it looks great. I think it doesn't look too futuristic. It looks just enough futuristic, I guess you could say, to at least be able to stand out from cars like the Maverick.
Yeah, I think it's still got kind of that traditional truck shape to it, but yeah, definitely a little more modern, sleek. And the third concept that Toyota unveiled is called the Land Cruiser SE, which is an all-electric version of the Toyota Land Cruiser, but has kind of more futuristic styling and kind of more like the luxury one that we kind of used to have in the US, where the current Land Cruiser that they're starting to sell is kind of more off-road focused. This will be more of a luxury vehicle.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because this one kind of looks like an evolution of the one they're just putting into production or just putting out, right? Like, it doesn't look too different. It has the same styling as the EPU, sort of, but it doesn't look entirely different from the new Land Cruiser. So it kind of looks like you're getting the same vehicle just with a couple upgrades as opposed to a whole new thing, which I really like. I think it's some consistency in the brand.
And the Mazda CX-70 will be the next vehicle joining their lineup, and is going to be pretty similar to the European market CX-60 that we don't get in the United States, but probably just a little bit wider. So this will just be a two-row SUV, but a little bit bigger than the current CX-5, CX-50, but smaller than the three-row CX-90.
Gotcha. I mean, excited to see it's at least going the hybrid route. I mean, I don't know if Mazda has a full electric vehicle yet, but
No, just the hybrid and the CX-90 so far.
gotcha. Well, at least that's going to help kind of with some audiences who don't want to go full electric yet. I think it'll be a good mix because you have Mazda, who's a really good brand, and then a hybrid, which is kind of like that stepping point, that stepping stone between regular and EV.
And after years of promising that it's going to be coming out soon, the Tesla Cybertruck looks like it's scheduled to have its first deliveries on November 30th, which is pretty soon.
Yeah, and if this actually happens, I think we'll all be surprised. I think this is the closest we've come to seeing a true concept-looking vehicle actually put out into the wild, and hopefully it matches all the previous imagery and show-offs that they've done with it, and because it's an exciting-looking vehicle. I really like the look of the Cybertruck. It's so different from everything else out there.
Yeah, from kind of the videos I've seen on social media, people kind of seeing these things kind of driving out in the real world, it seems pretty dang close to the concept with a few minor changes for lighting, things like that. But yeah, for the most part, I think they kind of hit it. And the Ford Explorer and Lincoln Aviator hybrids are going to be dropped for the 2024 model year. Seems like the plan is to kind of fully update these models the following year, so maybe we'll start seeing some like full electric versions of these possibly, but it's yet to be seen.
Yeah, it's kind of odd that they're dropping the production, but I did read it was because they're at the same facility as where I was going to say production, where they're produced at is the same facility, so maybe that has a hand in it. But if it's true that we're going to be seeing an update in the future, maybe a fully electric Explorer and a fully electric Aviator, then I guess it makes sense. They want to make sure that the technology is hammered in first.
And the 2025 Honda Civic is confirmed to be getting a new hybrid powertrain. They've kind of had them on and off over the years, but this one will be pretty similar, it sounds like, to the Accord hybrid, which actually, has a decent amount of horsepower, in addition to having, excellent fuel economy.
Yeah, and I was actually surprised to learn that there haven't been Civic hybrids for quite a while. And I had expected there was one every year, but I guess it's big news that this is coming back.
Yeah, they kind of spun off the Civic hybrid into the last generation Insight, which was kind of based on the same platform. But yeah, there hasn't really been a Civic Hybrid in some time.
Thank you so much for watching this Jazel Auto News Update. Make sure you click on the link down in the description to get a free demo with Jazel to see what we can do for you. And make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms like X, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Also, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video, and make sure to follow us here so you know when the next Auto News Update goes live. Have a good one.